Hey guys, it's Sabrina. So today I wanted to do a book review to movie adaptation review. And the book that I chose to do is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This cover is the movie cover, and on the top it says now made into a major motion picture. And if you guys didn't know, this is the prelude to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So yeah. I read this book when I was younger, probably like 5 years ago. And it was kind of hard for me to understand then because I was younger and I didn't finish it, but I wanted to get back into it. I do love The Lord of the Rings. I own them all, the books and the movie. So I knew that the movie was coming out, so I wanted to reread this book before I went and saw the movie because I love to read the book before I see the movie so I can kind of see the story turn, through the pages into the screen. So yeah, I read this. It's a very quick read. It took me about 2 days to read it, around my jobs and stuff like that. It's about 300 pages, I think, so it's a very short read. So yeah, the director of the movie was Peter Jackson, and he is the same director for all three of the Lord of the Rings movies. Now, going into seeing the movie, I didn't know that the movie was going to be made into 3 parts. So it's this one book is going to be 3 movies. The first movie was released December of 2012, and that was called The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. Now, December 2013, the second part of the movie will be released, and it will be called, I believe it's called The Desecration of Smog. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it's called. And then the third Hobbit movie will be released the year after, and that one will be called The Hobbit, There and Back Again. So, overall, I really, really enjoyed the book. Like I said, it was a quick, easy read. It was kind of fun. It was fantasy, and it's got, the hobbits in there. It's got trolls. It's got goblins. It's got dragons. It's got, every kind of fantasy creature that you could think of, old fantasy. I actually really, really enjoyed it. So basically the story starts out with the main character, Bilbo Baggins, and for those of you guys who have seen Lord of the Rings, Bilbo is Frodo Baggins, which is the main character of Lord of the Rings. That's his uncle. So this is a prequel, and this is how, you find out how Bilbo went on that journey that he talks about in Lord of the Rings and how he found the ring. So basically, it introduces Gandalf in this book, it introduces Gollum in this book, introduces Bilbo in this book, and also you get the first glimpse of Frodo in this book too. And Elijah Wood, who plays Frodo, also made an appearance in the movie as well. And all the characters were the same. I don't know who plays Elrond, but he was in there, and the same character for him. Same character for Gandalf. So it was really nice to see those old faces because I was kind of sad when Lord of the Rings ended, but now I have this to look forward to. And the movie kind of ended abruptly. And like I said, I didn't know it was going to be made into 3 parts, but so it just kind of ended in the middle, and I was like, but then I Googled it, and I found out that it was going to be made into 3 parts, and the next part's coming out December 2013. So the movie starts exactly where the book starts, and the movie goes, I'm going to say about halfway. Probably about halfway, maybe a little sooner. So the movie ends, like I said, very abruptly, and I don't want to give too much away, but I did notice that there were parts in the movie that I hadn't read in the book. So I was kind of confused, and I looked that up, and I also heard from other people that those parts that are not, in case you did read the book and you do go see the movie or have seen the movie, there's certain parts in the movie, that aren't a part of The Hobbit. It's actually a part of J.R.R. Tolkien's other work that he has created about Middle-earth, and they just edited it in there. And for example, it was a couple of the fighting scenes were not in the book. And they kind of twisted a little bit of things around, but overall, it was a really, really good adaptation of the book. The special effects were amazing. I mean, if you just think of Lord of the Rings, all of the special effects were amazing, but now we're, years and years later, where CGI and special effects are amazing now. So just imagine Lord of the Rings special effects times 10. I really, really enjoyed the special effects. I really enjoyed the story, and I really thought that the movie brought to life what I read in the book. So for the book, I would give the book like 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it, and like I said, it was a really fast-paced read. I do love Lord of the Rings, and you would have to really enjoy this if you're into fantasy, because if you don't like, mythical creatures or that kind of stuff, where elves and, hobbits and wizards are a part of it, then you might not like it, but I really don't see how someone can't like this book. So I really, really highly, highly recommend reading this book. And as always, I do recommend reading a book before you go to see the movie, because there's so many more details in the book that you aren't going to see in the movie. And the movie will just ruin the ending of the book for you, and that's not fun. But it's so much better to see the book and the story come to life on the screen. And as for the movie, I'll give that probably 4 stars, because I didn't like where it ended. Like I said, it ended very abruptly. I do like the fact that it's going to be made into more movies. I think that although this is a very short book compared to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I do think that it could be drawn out into 2 movies, 3, I don't know, but, we'll see how that goes. But I really, really did enjoy it, and just to warn you guys, if you do see the movie, it's about 3 hours long, just like the Lord of the Rings, they're all about 3 hours long. So, this is a 300-page book, but about 100 of the pages was in the first movie, so I think that's what Peter Jackson's doing, is breaking up into 100-page increments about. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this story. I really, really enjoyed the movie, and my husband didn't read this book, and he went to see the movie with me, and he really enjoyed the movie too. So yeah, even if you're not really a fan of something like this, you might want to pick this up, because like I said, it's a short read, and it's really interesting, it's really fast-paced, and this might just open you up to a different genre that you're not used to. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5 for the book, and 4 out of 5 for the movie, just for the way it ended and for some of the details that were lacking. But other than that, special effects were great. I really, really enjoyed everything about it. If you guys want an even further review on this, please let me know. I just kind of wanted this to be more of a book-to-movie adaptation review versus just a book review. But please let me know if you guys want to hear more about The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!